okay, Nigeria is one big country and we know the challenges we face across the borders. And these are the people that are actually making sure we have a very safe border. So it's a wonderful atmosphere here. You've come to represent the Controller General and your words have touched the heart of everybody. What are you saying to the people that are not opportune to come inside today to listen to what you've said?
In my opening remarks, I did mention of members of the press. Believe me, without your contribution in terms of print and electronic media in projecting such activities, the average Nigerians will still be at the level of ignorance on the hazards on consumption of these poultry products. What we saw when we were out there in the field is something that is mind-boggling. We are concerned on the hazards of health. A situation whereby you are finding such products have gone to the level of decay in the various co-rooms that we visited. Added to this is the issue of non-compliance to health standard as is expected by such co-room operators. We are happy to date because of the marvelous cooperation these co-room operators have given to us. We have done a lot of evacuations. We are not opening such co-rooms unless you give us an attestation as per standard endorsed by NAFDAC, by the local health organizations within the local government that you operate. So I believe such contributions in terms of enlightenment is what we needed. Very soon we'll be there. The porosity of the border, and that's why what we did, we're doing now at the border, because of the cost effective of moving such products to bury them here at our main headquarters. We as our officers out there dug these holes, bury them at the border location so that the average Nigerian out there will really see the war is a reality. Bringing them in, sometimes perhaps along the way, we have instances whereby you bury these things. If you don't apply enough of the formalin chemical that we use, certainly you see people visiting overnight to dug them in. So we will want to call on the average Nigerian to join hands with us. The cool room operators, have already joined this war. We are ready, and certainly we expect within no time, certainly we'll be there.
So just out of the press now, the Nigerian citizens, what are your advice for them to support what customs is doing in this?
Beside the tests in the two products when you compare them, certainly the Nigerian poultry products, there's no way you can compare it in terms of tests, in terms of quality. The only major thing is the pricing. But there's one common saying by Nigerians, a wolf. I will leave you with that. Our Controller General have already traveled out on an official trip outside the country with some of the members of our management team. But because of the interest and passion which the Controller General has for the summit of this nature, he gave directive that the Controller Federal Operations Unit Zone A, the Keja labor should come and represent him, and that is why I felt most humbled to be here by proxy. I would like to start first and foremost by appreciating the pioneer efforts of the organizers of this summit for their foresight and sense of commitment that they have exhibited throughout this forum. We must appreciate the fact that this is the maiden edition of a poultry summit organized by this indigenous organization, which is aimed at drawing up a poultry development plan that will provide a platform for seeking a practical solution for the development of the poultry industry to enable them compete very favorably with the advanced poultry economies of the world, which are inclusive of the United States, European countries, and perhaps our neighboring countries. It is on record that Nigerian poultry industry has witnessed a great investment in the agricultural sector of our economy, and therefore it becomes most imperative that deliberate and concerted efforts must be made by all stakeholders to ensure the sustenance of the tempo. It is my considered opinion that in view of the strategic relevance of poultry, we need to articulate all ideas and contributions that will usher in a new era in the development of our poultry industry. Generally speaking, the poultry industry cannot be discussed in isolation of critical stakeholders in the agriculture sector, i.e. farmers themselves, the forum operators, the poultry processors, and others. These are people who have a lot of stake in the subject and therefore must be carried along. The Nigerian Customs Service began its major campaign to support the poultry industry following the ban of the importation of frozen poultry products by the federal government almost about 7 years ago. Sequel to the ban, the various custom administrations have put so many modalities in place to check the influence of this unwholesome product. The war raged on until when it seemed that it was dwindling into the failure of the consuming public to see reasons with the government for the ban. We did not relent as we continue to sensitize and educate the public on the health hazards of consuming imported poultry products. This is besides its effects on the economy of the nation in terms of employment generation and the continuation and the contribution to the nation's gross domestic plan. We have remained very conscious of this. Because of the need for a more proactive approach towards eradicating the smuggling of poultry products, our Controller General of Customs, Dr. Abdullahi Dikko Inde, CFR, summoned an emergency meeting of all custom area controllers on 6 March 2013. The meeting was to formally seek ways of ensuring practical zero tolerance to the importation of frozen poultry products, and so the marching order by the CGNC provided the needed impetus for the sort of aggressive campaign which the service is undertaking at the moment. At the Payroll Operations Unit Zone A, part of our strategy was to engage all the critical stakeholders in a series of consultative forums to stem the tide of this menace. We have had meetings with the agri sector of the Lagos State Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and the last meeting we had was on Thursday, 18, 2013. It was an enlarged meeting because all the major actors in the poultry industry were represented. The meeting agreed that effective collaboration and synergy remain the panacea for combating the issue of imported poultry. This forum will agree with me that without the intensification of patrols at the flashpoints by the customs, the development of the poultry industry in Nigeria will remain a myriad. The meeting between the customs and the major stakeholders have been yielding the desired results, in terms of intelligent gathering and sharing between the customs and the stakeholders. It is also on record that aggressive campaign of the Nigerian Customs Service is already being felt all over the country as the imported products are gradually disappearing from our markets. The last meeting we had at the FOU, a forum operator that came from Abuja confirmed to us the scarcity of imported frozen poultry products in Abuja markets and environment. The same can also be said of their major outlets in Lagos and environment. The indigenous poultry product is beginning to find its way in our market, and that to us is quite heartwarming. We have to do all this as a way of supporting the development of poultry industry in Nigeria. Therefore, to say that we are committed appears like an understatement, because the unit has seized and destroyed more than 31,787 cattle of imported poultry to assure the Poultry Association of Nigeria that the NCS will continue to do its own part of the bargain by ensuring the cutting up of their supply chain from the neighboring countries. The issue of avoiding capitalization, maximum capitalization on scarcity by overpricing your product should be avoided. We need to overlook the need for packaging. We need to embark on intensive promotion through the media, especially the national program. There is also need to shift from barrier of smokable poultry products to incineration as a more reliable, environmentally friendly and cost-effective means of disposal. Part of our major challenges in these operations that we feel we should share with you are prohibitive cost of disposal of smokable poultry products, which we presently put at 700 per carton of the seized product. This is inclusive of evacuation, procurement of chemicals, labor, and of course the health standards to our officers, which necessitated the call for a more hygienic way, that is through incineration. Let me therefore thank the organizers of this event once more for putting this summit together. The Nigerian Customs Service, under the indefatigable leadership of the present Controller General of Customs and his management team, will do everything humanly possible to support the development of poultry products in Nigeria. Once more, wish you a happy stroke, positive deliberation in terms of this sort of welcome synergy, stroke syndication, while I seek the permission of the chairman to take our leave so that we go back to the field.